Hi, hello everyone. Today our topic is chemical reaction and chemical equation. In this, we are going to know about what is chemical reaction, what is chemical equation, and how to write a chemical equation, what is balanced chemical equation, and what are the steps to write a balanced chemical equation. Now we know what is chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is nothing but a chemical change in which the reactants transform into products either by making the bonds or by breaking the bonds, or sometimes both can happen between the different atoms. See, for chemical reaction to happen, you need reactants. Reactants react together and they give out products. Okay, I told you there is a chemical change in chemical reaction. What is chemical change? Chemical change is where a new substance is formed from the given substances. For example, if you take the burning of paper, there is a new substance formed. What is that? It is ash. Ash is a new substance. It was not there before in the paper. So, burning of paper is a chemical change. Here is an example, that is H2 plus O2 gives H2O. Here H2 and O2 are the reactants and H2O is a product. Reactants should always be on the left hand side. Products should always be on the right hand side. And in our day-to-day life, we come across many chemical reactions happening. Okay, some of them are like rusting of iron, curd formation, and matchstick burnings. Okay, now when to say a chemical reaction has taken place? See, how will you identify or how will you recognize that the chemical reaction has taken place? There will be certain changes during this chemical reaction happening. So what are those changes? Those are change in physical state, change in temperature, change in color, and evolution of gas. Change in physical state means that there is a change in physical state in products than that of the reactants. For example, reactants may be solid, the products may be gas or something else. Okay, there is a physical state change in the reaction taking place. Then change in temperature. Temperature changes like either increase in the temperature or decrease in the temperature. Okay, then change in color. Color for change is mainly seen in the products than that of the reactants. For example, if you take rusting of iron, the iron changes to reddish brown color. Then evolution of gas. Gas is evolved after the chemical reaction has taken place. That is identified by our smell, bubble formation, or chemical tasters. These are all the changes that occurs during the chemical reaction, and this proves that the chemical reaction has taken place. Okay, then now chemical equation. Chemical equation is the symbolic representation of chemical reaction which uses symbols and formulas. This is chemical equation. It is just a way to express how the chemical reaction has happened. For example, sodium chloride formation. What is the things? Sodium and chlorine reacts together to form sodium chloride. See, on the reactant side you have sodium and chlorine, and on the product side you have sodium chloride. You use plus and arrow signs, and you use formula, that is Na and Cl2 and NaCl. This thing completely represents how the chemical reaction has taken place. Okay. Now, what is balanced chemical equation? We balance the equation so that number of atoms of each element on the reactant side should be equal to that of the product side. Okay. For example, you take here Zn plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2. In this, zinc has one atom on the left hand side and it has one atom on the right hand side also. Hydrogen has 2 atoms on the left hand side and it has 2 atoms on the right hand side. Sulfur has 1 atom on the left hand side. It has 1 atom on the right hand side. Oxygen has 4 atoms on the left hand side. It has 4 atoms on the right hand side. So this is the example of balanced chemical equation. This equation is known as balanced chemical equation. And according to law of conservation of mass, mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. To obey this law, the total mass of the elements present in the reactants must be equal to the total mass of elements present on the product side. And this is accepted during the balanced chemical equation. Okay. Then, what are the steps to form balanced chemical equation? So, I'm taking an example here to show how to balance the chemical equation. The example is Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. And the first step you have to do is you have to put the box around each element or compound. See, Fe plus H2O. You have to put the box, and on the product side also you have to put the box. Step 2. Find out the number of atoms of each element on each side. That is on the reactant side and on the product side. See, on the reactant side you have iron has 1 atom, hydrogen 2 atom, oxygen 1 atom, and on the product side you have iron 3 atoms, oxygen 4 atoms, hydrogen 2 atoms. So to start, now we have to start balancing. You have to start with the maximum number of atoms. Where is the maximum number of atoms you have? On the reactant side, that is oxygen. Oxygen has 4 atoms on the right hand side, and on the left hand side it is only 1 atom. So we'll put 4 H2O on the reactant side so that oxygen get balanced on the left hand side and as well as on the right hand side. So when you put the 4 on the left hand side, oxygen is 4, but hydrogen has become 8. So to balance hydrogen, you put 4H2 on the right hand side also. So now hydrogen and oxygen is balanced. Okay. Now iron you have to balance. Iron, it has 3 atoms on the reactant side, but on the 3 atoms on the product side, but on the reactant side it has 1. To balance that, you put 3 Fe on the reactant side. So now even iron is balanced. Okay. Now after balancing number of atoms on both the sides, we have to cross check once. Okay. So now we'll cross check it. See, iron has 3 atoms on the left hand side and it has 3 atoms on the right hand side also. Hydrogen has 8 atoms on the left hand side and it has 8 atoms on the right hand side also. Then oxygen has 4 atoms on the left hand side and it has 4 atoms on the right hand side also. Now the last step is you have to mention the physical state of each element or each compound. See, Fe is solid and what H2O is gas, and the Fe3O4 is solid and H2 is gas. You have to mention solid as small s with the brackets, gas as small g with the brackets. Okay. Now this equation is balanced chemical equation. So you have to follow all these steps to balance the equation. Okay. And mentioning of the physical state is very, very important. Thank you.